Hello, 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 everybody. Everybody. What's cracking? What's happening? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, I'm touching on a touchy subject here. This is a very touchy subject for me. Very touchy subject. If you read the title of this video, just be aware that I am on semi a rant mode, but semi-education mode. I want to maybe help others in particular ways to find themselves, to know that they're not alone, to know that you are almost identical to another person that has lived centuries ago, or to the next person that's after. People don't take that in the wrong way, guys. Do not take that in the wrong way. I can see a lot of people taking a lot of things the wrong way. Because it's not all about I am unique, I am different from others, stuff like that. Or you can't compare me to other people. That's my biggest pet peeve is when people say, don't compare me to this other person. I'm nowhere near like that other person. That's my biggest pet peeve. Because then it's like, well, I'm going to compare you to a person that just says the same thing like you. Don't compare me to another person because I'm nowhere near that person. And how dare you compare me? That kind of stuff is just already, you should toss that in the trash. That should be tossed in the trash somewhere. Because we are living on this earth similar to the next person, guys. If you do not believe me whatsoever, that means that you're so cooped up inside and you don't get yourself out much. You don't go out much because you hate to see the reality. You're scared, you have anxiety. There's so many similarities in people that it's just out of this world. I say the same thing I say it like this. A mother dog has puppies. 5 puppies. Let's say the mother dog has 5 puppies. Okay? Where am I going with that? As time goes on, they start getting their personalities. These puppies start getting their personalities after 2 or 3 months. When the puppies start getting their personality, that's what people want, is a dog with a personality. Now, mind you, it might not be like the outgoing personality. There's always going to be that one puppy, and it's always going to be that one sibling that is outcasted. Always going to be that outcasted sibling or puppy. You know, I'm comparing other people to people. So again, there's always going to be outcasted. There's always going to be independent person or a puppy. There's always going to be a loyalty puppy or a person. The loyalty puppy is loyal and stands by your side and doesn't want to leave your side. I'm not talking about the ones that, you know, like chihuahuas and stuff, that don't want to leave your side because they're so discomfortable. But I'm talking about the ones that stay there, listen to your commands. Lonely pups, outcasted / lonely pups, independent puppies, followers, non-followers that want to go their own way, mischievous. We got all that combined as well as in humans. people's people's similarities are the same. I may had not had kids at an early age, but there was someone in my position, maybe someone's name, the same name, living the same life, that had kids and wanted to be very independent and never got the chance to be an independent person without kids because they ruined their lives so soon. Maybe I was that person. Maybe in my next life, I should say, I will be that mother that is always there for their kids, that has 3 or 4 or 5 kids because I'm very caring. There's always someone's similarity. There's always going to be people the same way when they're trying to get themselves out of, drug addiction. They're trying to stop doing bad things, in other words. Oh, I can't stop hanging around with these bad people. It's in my nature. And people are, always like in their nature because they have, let's say they have tats all over their face or whatever. They know that they have a flaw on them, that they cannot get a job because they have tattoos all over their face. So they got no choice but to sell the drugs to other people. And then they always hesitate to try to clean up. There's always a hesitation between those people that I can't clean up. Why they can't clean up? Because, it's in my bloodstream. No. I mean, I could say yes and a no. I could say, yeah, it's in your bloodstream that you were meant to do that in this life. Can you clean it up? Possibly. Will you go back to it if you go back to the same hood that you were in? If people never went back, if people came out of jail and never went back to their hood in their area that they grew up in, they wouldn't have that mindset that they want to, they go back to the same thing. They get themselves locked up again and they don't care. They're like, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again because they don't learn their lesson. And that's just the way that person is going to exceed their life. People can exceed their life through life, or they can exceed their life through the jail cell, through prison. Some people are meant to be locked up. They come on this earth being bad. They want to kill everybody. They want to, do bad things on this earth. And then all of a sudden they're locked up, and then they accept that they're locked up. They're like, this is where I should be anyways. I'm too bad. I'm bad to the bone. I'm too deadly. And it's just so similar to the next person after that. Because maybe they live their life, that life, in their next era of life, there'll be a different outcome. There will be a different outcome. Everybody has similarities where it's like, my dad was always an abusive drunk. It's always the father that is the abusive drunk, or my husband was the abusive drunk. It's always something like that. The abusive person in the relationship that is always drinking, always. That there's a kid out there that's always suffering because their father, and it's mind you this, it's mostly the dads and their uncles too. But their father does not want to stop drinking. And most of the moms, for some reason, it's either the drug addiction. They're into drug addiction and they're probably going relapse mode. But the father's always got to be abusive. Abusing the mother or abusing the alcohol, doesn't care about anything else but the alcohol. There's so many similarities in the next person to the next person. Person could grow up in a trailer house and have that trailer, feeling, and they feel unwanted at school because they live in a trailer. And then there's other folks out there that can live in a trailer and have kids in a trailer and maybe the kid comes out fine because they grew up in a trailer. Because I feel no kid should grow up. I mean, as wrong as that sound, yes, a trailer home is almost, it's like a house, but it's movable. Supposedly they're movable. I don't feel like a kid should do that because it feels so wrong to say where you grew up at. Because once that kid becomes a teenager or a father, they're going to tell their kids, oh, I used to grow up on this and this and that street. It was in a trailer house. I grew up in this trailer house. And so their kid would probably be like, no, I don't want my kids going into a trailer house. I want my kids to be in a big mansion, a big house. So a lot of parents too don't see that aspect. 2-bedroom story, just the garage apartments, they call them. Back then, garage apartments were a little bit like trailer homes, where they had the garage underneath and the apartment on top. Now it's popularity throughout the whole world. I don't know what's going on, but they're bringing back garage apartments, garage houses, should I say? But yeah, everybody has similarities in their aspect in life. There's always got to be that, you have kids. If you have 3 of them, don't expect them to be all the same. Expect one to be the outcast. Expect the other one to be outgoing and successful in life. Expect the other one to maybe possibly go into a bad route. Did you teach them to go into a bad route? No, but expect that because they're living their own little separate lives. You're the mother or father or the grandparents or the aunt or the uncle that is raising them. I don't know what I had. That is raising them to be a person. And maybe they don't consume that. And I see this a lot too in teenagers. Mostly teenagers because they go through this hormone stage. Teenagers will neglect their grandparents and their moms and dad. Well, let's say their parents, their grandparents' opinions. If your mom says, don't be hanging around with those people, they're bad people, you're going to think your mom is the worst mom ever. You're going to think that your mom is trying to keep you away from having friends. Oh, my mom is so lame. She's trying to keep me away from having friends. My dad is so lame. He doesn't want me to go out with boys. They're protecting you. You don't know it because you're a teenager with all these hormones thinking you're the best of the best. You're an adult now. Just let me go. I understand, being a controlling parent. And I understand the aspect, but sometimes the teenager has no idea. And then what happens next? Let me drink. Hold on. What happens next after the teenager grows up out of that stage? What happens next is when they become 21, 23, all of a sudden their mom is the best thing ever. Like, oh, Mom, I wouldn't know what to do without you. I wouldn't know what to do without you, Dad. I wouldn't know what to do without you, Grandma. You try to lead me in the right way, and now I understand why you try to lead me. You always hear that. Always. I don't know what that is, but there's always that aftermath. My cousin is going through the same thing. He lives in Austin. He doesn't want to talk to my grandma or anything like that. Once he grows out of it, he's going to be like, hey, Grandma, I miss you. Right now, it's like, oh, Grandma, no, you're too old to do all that. I can't do all that. And then he doesn't realize. People do not realize. So, again, we all live this similarity lifestyle, livery to another person. Every person is almost identical. You're going to meet a lot of Jose's in this world, and they might be exactly like the next Jose. Like, really? I'm being dead serious. And if you stuck around and listened to me here, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.